want you to go over the setups, the 3 trading setups we had today on the euro US dollar and as well on the GBP US dollar. So with our students, there were few important zones that we were looking for on the euro and as well on the GBP for this particular day. Starting with the euro US dollar, that's where we had the first setup, and on the GBP US dollar we had 2 setups. So some of us took and traded just one pair, and some of you traded both pairs, and some of you traded the other one. And in this video we'll start first of all with the euro US dollar, the major pair. And for the whole August we can all agree that euro was trading overall in this kind of a big range here, and this is of course a good opportunity to start looking for potential bounces in the both directions. Now in this case on the euro US dollar, what we saw today was of course this very important area. So looking at the price action from here, we can see that after this bullish fair value gap displacement, the imbalance was formed. We got many bounces from that level and nothing changed here. As you can see, when the London trading session opened today, we saw price pushing to the downside, and for us traders, for our students and everyone, there were 2 zones that we were watching. First of all was this area, and the second one was of course this major low, as you can see from the previous week, and there were 2 zones that we watched closely for potential bounce. So when the price was pushing to the downside, the first area was here, and the second one of course was here. So on the lower time frames, what we wanted to see in this case, when the price is coming into this bullish imbalance, we were looking for possible bounce here from the first zone or potential bounce from this major support down there. Huge move into this discount area. As you can see, price moved up quite a lot on this news, and then it moved lower towards these discount zones down there. So when the price was approaching those 2 levels, we were watching closely for possible reaction. So if the price is pushing to the upside and we have some bullish imbalance and some sell side liquidity levels on that area, then of course when the market is trying to go for those areas, we want to look for possible lower time frames reaction in order to start looking for possible long trading ideas. So now we will go over the 15-minute time frame, and as you can see, if I zoom out, we can all agree, we can all see those areas. So first area was here, as I mentioned, and the second one was down there. So those 2 areas were watched closely today by our traders and me, and the first area was of course this zone and then the zone down there. So when the price was approaching that level up here and down there, we were watching for possible change of the structure. So if you take a look at this Asian session range, you can see that this is what we call accumulation. Now if we have a bullish levels below in that area, then of course we want to see a manipulation towards those areas down there. In this case we call this a manipulation. We want to see price to manipulate with a lower low, lower highs in this case, and then we want to see the change of the structure. So the change of the structure is of course break out of previous short-term highs. So in case the price is pushing, manipulating towards the hard time frames imbalance, what we want to see is of course breakout with bullish imbalance confirmed, and then we can look for possible setup to the upside. And this is exactly what happened in the in the New York session. So this was our manipulation, and then we got change of the structure to trade this distribution phase to the upside. In this case, we have accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. And here on the euro-US dollar, on the first level, we didn't have any change of the structure. As you can see, price was just pushing to the downside, creating lower low, lower highs. And then when the price approached the second level, the second zone we were watching, we had nice, beautiful change of the structure. As you can see, all those previous short-term highs were broken with bullish imbalance area confirmed. And as you can see, this was a really nice setup, nice trade with an entry on confirmation, stop loss below the structure, and then you could target 1-to-1 or even 1-to-2 in terms of risk and reward ratio, trying to target maybe even the Asian session highs up here, the highs of the day. So this was nice, beautiful setup on the euro-US dollar today. Nice, really great example. And then on the GBP US dollar that we'll cover now, there were two setups. So we will go over the 4-hourly time frame. And on the 4-hourly time frame, as you can see, this is the start of today's day, and price was pushing to the downside. So in the London session, price was pushing to the downside, and there were also two and actually three areas that we were watching closely for possible reaction. So when the price opened today and when the London opened, price was pushing to the downside, and we were watching closely. So you have to compare, you have to check the left side of the chart to see where are the important areas, where are the important zones, and we came up, of course, with those three levels. First level, second, and third one. So when the market is moving towards those levels, you have to watch only for possible reaction, and that's where the patience and waiting comes to the place, because a lot of traders, they make mistakes because of not being patient. And in this case, when the price was approaching the first level, we were watching closely, and also the second level. And when the market is approaching those levels, we are looking, of course, for possible reaction. So on the 4-hourly, that's what we want to see. And on the lower time frames, of course, as I said before, when the market is approaching the, let's say, bullish imbalance, the important level of liquidity, then of course we want to see, first of all, manipulation. So we have like kind of an accumulation area, manipulation towards those higher time frames levels, and then we're looking for possible change of the structure to trade this distribution phase in order to trade potential bounce back up higher. So in this case, on the GBP US dollar, we got two setups, and one was losing trade and one was winning trade. This is just part of trading. Sometimes when you will have like two zones very close by, of course, you may hit one losing trade, and then on the second one, you will be in the right timing. So in this case, I want you to pay attention, close attention to those areas, because now we'll switch to the 50-minute time frame, and that's where we are looking for potential change of the structure. So if I repeat myself again, this was the first area that we were watching closely. This was the second one down there, and the third one here. So every time that price is going for those areas, we are looking for possible reaction to the upside on the lower time frames. Now, looking at the 15-minute time frame, as you can see, this is the 27th of August. This is where the trading week started, and we got, first of all, Asian session range, which we call accumulation, and then we want to see manipulation towards that area down there, right? So if I zoom in, you can see that in the Asian session range, price was, as you can see, moving here. It was accumulating, and then we got this manipulation. Price was forming lower low, lower highs, and that's where we got the first bounce, first reaction of this first area. So as you can see here, this was our first setup, because price broke this short-term high. It confirmed this imbalance, bullish imbalance with nice injection of volatility. We have nice spikes, nice reaction, and in this case our entry was on confirmation, stop loss was below the structure, and on this setup, of course, 1-to-1 is the main target, and if you want to aim for more, you can even target the Asian session highs. So in this case, this setup failed. Why? Because market decided to go for this second liquidity level that was very close by. And this is totally fine. As long as you have followed the trading rules and managed the risk, you are okay. The setup was as per trading plan, but it didn't work because market is the big boss. Market decided to go for the next liquidity level. And what happened after? You can see market decided to fail this setup, created another lower low to go for this second liquidity level. And what happened here? We had break of the previous highs, we got confirmed bullish imbalance, and this is the setup again. Entry on confirmation, stop loss go below the structure, and then you can aim for 1-to-1 or even more, depends on your trading plan. In this case, you can target the Asian session range or even the major buy side liquidity up here. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you learned something from this video. On USD Canadian dollar, we didn't have any setup, but on the euro GBP US dollar, 3 setups that you could trade today. And hopefully you learned something from this video in order to understand better how we approach the markets on a daily basis. And it's very important to stay focused, have a trading plan in place, follow it religiously on day-to-day basis, manage the risk, and keep the right trading mindset. And on the long term, you will be trading really good. So thanks for watching, and we catch up. So take care.